Hello and welcome to my channel. I had a slightly different video planned for today, but this unexpectedly showed up. So we are gonna dive into this because it will kill me if I have to wait 2 days to find out what's in here. So let's do Paletteful Packs. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Miranda, and on this channel we do these two mystery art boxes, Paletteful Packs and Smart Art Box, plus as much watercolor as possible. Once in a while we get distracted by a new art supply here and there, but mostly those things. So welcome. Let's get into the Paletteful Packs now. All right, this is the January 2021 Paletteful Packs box. Ta-da! Hey, we get Christmas paper again. Daniel Smith. Okay, I think I'm liking this already. Please be watercolors. How do you open this? The struggle is real. Ow. Okay, there's got to be a secret, right? I literally cannot open this. Push. Pull. No. Is it taped and I'm just not seeing it? Okay, grab the corners. Well, why would they put the thing there if you have to open it with the corners? Oh, you have to do both. Wow. Oh, it's blank. Now I'm scared. It better not be more pigment powders. Okay, let's see what we have. Daniel Smith, Artist Masking Fluid. Oh, I think we're going to absolutely love this box. Oh yes, we got paint. Oh, I'm so excited. Rose of Ultramarine, Mayan Blue Genuine. Are there more? Are there more? Yes. Viridian. Anything? Oh, all right, just those three, but those are expensive paints, so I'm not complaining. What is this? A Round 6 by Sterling Studio. Looks decent enough. And Strathmore watercolor paper. This is the 400 series. So I believe this is just the cellulose paper, which is fine. But it's kind of awkward in this notebook thing, like, what do you do with that? Oh, I can see. When you get into the pages, they actually open. It's just that cover that is being a little stubborn. Okay. And cute little kitty cat. And we have Ocean, Flowers, Twilight, and Still Life. Well, that should be fun. So there is something that I've been hesitating telling you guys. I have gone on a year-long buying freeze. Yeah, buying nothing with the exception of Paletteful Packs and Smart Art Box. This is in my whole life, okay? So I have a huge list of exceptions, of course. In fact, would you like to see the list of exceptions? Ta-da! So if you want, you could pause that and read that. It's not private. Some of that I actually already got for Christmas, like the seat covers for my truck, stuff like that, and my art subscription boxes are on there. My office chair is very, very worn out. So, huge list of exceptions, but still, that will prevent me from buying so many things, including art supplies. So these art subscription boxes are going to be kind of the only new supplies that I get, unless I have gift cards that I can buy stuff with, or somebody gifts me something. So, getting this just made my day. And I have another huge surprise for you in the next video that I cannot wait to share with you. So I didn't buy any of this stuff coming up, but it is like the best stuff in the universe. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you're subscribed if you don't want to miss all kinds of goodness with the little bell notifications on. And thank you to all my existing subscribers. You guys are awesome. Okay, well, we get to make fun stuff, but I think for my purposes, I will put these into these pans and let them dry out because I tend to use less paint that way, and these are tiny. I know they'd probably fill up probably 2.5 or 3 of these, but still, they're tiny and I want to save them. One of these is a Primatech. Interesting. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and fill these up. This is not the greatest palette because the lid doesn't open flat, so using it as a mixing surface is a little silly. You've probably seen a lot of people's reviews on these. If not, it's just cheap plastic. Daniel Smith got a lot of flack for making these, and see how you can't open that all the way, and if you try, it breaks. So this is the palette that I set up in this video that I'll link up in the corner and hopefully in the description box below if I remember. And this is the starter set of Daniel Smith paints. And you can see I did the swatch sheet and this mixing chart. So the question is, do I have room for 3 more pans in here? And the answer is a solid no, not in the current configuration. So I need to leave this in this configuration to teach the class that I'm teaching next month. So that's through my local community college. So for now, I'll leave these alone. You know what I could do? You guys are probably yelling at me, just use the half pans and stick in here. Hang on. I could fit 3 half pans. Yes, I could fit a bazillion half pans in here. So this, you guys are right. I assume you're yelling at me. Just use the half pans. So I'll fill up the half pans, let them dry, and then I'll put them in here to use this palette with. That means I have to redo my swatch sheet, and that makes me sad because those are kind of a pain. Fun to swatch, a pain to set up. We'll start with the Mayan Blue Genuine, and I found with the others I have to take the lid off really, really fast if I can, or it just kind of squirts out everywhere. Okay, and I'm just going to do this all in one go, even if it settles and cracks. So I don't care that much. Okay, about that much. Not too picky about that. Viridian. This is great. These are colors I do not have because I only own these 6 colors in Daniel Smith. So I am just thrilled beyond belief. This box was worth every penny. This is still the box that I paid for last year, so this one ended up being about $32.50 US dollars. So quite the deal. Granted, these paints aren't the big size, and this set of 6 was, I think, around $24 US dollars. And unfortunately, I do like to use this paint dry, so now we have to be all sad and wait a couple of days. Okay, 2 days have passed. Let's see how dry these are. This one here looks very dry. So it's dry on the outside, squishy in the middle. This one looks somewhat dry. Again, dry on the outside, squishy in the middle. This one still looks pretty shiny. It just has a film of dryness over it. We're gonna use it just as they are, even if we end up using more than we want to. That's okay. And I have decided that since I can't mix on this, it doesn't lay flat. I told you that already. I'm going to go ahead and put them in this palette just so I can use the mixing space on the lid for that. So I was all excited to do this because in my head I thought, oh, I'll use my Etcher sketchbook, but then I remembered it comes with this paper, which I don't like all that well, but we'll use it because that's what we have. So you can see that this is where I put those 3 half pans. This one is sticking up farther because it's on a 3M Velcro strip. When I just stuffed it in there, it would just pop right out. So it just Velcros in and out now, which is kind of cool. And it snaps in. You've seen this in my core videos if you've been around a bit. Okay, now let's go ahead and just swatch these out on this paper. I can't wait for this part. Let me zoom you in. Ooh, that's way more subtle than I expected. Oh, so pretty. Let's try a few more like layers, so to speak. Wow, this one is the Primatech one, Mayan Blue Genuine. This is Viridian. Even this one's a little more subtle than I expected, but someone in my last video where I was using Viridian said that it's not always a very deep or pigmented color to start with, so I guess there's that. This is the Rose of Ultramarine. The only time before I've used a color called Rose of Ultramarine is that watercolor ink that I got in a subscription box. I'll link that up in the... Oh, that's camera's really close. I'll link that up in the corner there for you. So here's Rose of Ultramarine in an actual tube of watercolor. So the color is very similar to that other one. The other one had, in my opinion, had a lot of white in it, so it looked really opaque. PB29 and PV19, light fastness of 1. The Viridian is PG18 with a light fastness of 1, and the Mayan Blue Genuine is Pigment, Genuine Mayan Blue, light fastness 2. Well, those are really pretty colors. Let's see if the reference photo I picked out will even be able to do with these. That's pretty. It's like a lavender. Oh, sorry, you couldn't see that. I'm special. So this is the Rose of Ultramarine with Viridian, obviously, and the Mayan Blue. 'Blue. Such a subtle, pretty color. pretty purple. So look at this one, how it has the granulation. I guess I'm not sure if that's really the right term for that, but you can definitely see some different pigment coming. Gosh, I shouldn't have zoomed in on the camera. It's messing me up. But you can definitely see the different pigment coming through on that one. And here's that mix and that mix, except the paper's buckling, so it's moving everywhere. Let's try this masking fluid here. So I would cut that off and then put this on there, I guess. This contains rubber latex, so there's that. Be careful if you have sensitivity to latex. Okay, so I'm going to cut a little bit, I guess. Doesn't even show how much to cut off. Okay, so that didn't go through to any open air, so we'll cut off some more. That also does not have any open air, so we'll cut off some more. There, now we have a little bit. Stick this on. Oh, yeah, it's coming out. This is mixing the prompt Twilight and Ocean together into one painting, so we'll see what all we can accomplish with just these colors. Should be interesting. I was going to use my salt container for something round, but it fell behind the desk and then back behind the bookshelves I have under the desk, so that'll take a minute to recover. We'll use the masking fluid for the moon. We don't need anything this small for that, but figured we can try it, right? You know, I actually should have painted this all with really light color first, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. The worst part about putting on masking fluid is now we have to wait for it to dry. It said when you were done to go rinse the applicator tip with water, warm water, and I will just probably blow on this part and push it back down. Okay, it's all dry, and I didn't video it, but while that was drying, I sketched and masking fluided. Oh, the terms we use sometimes. The next painting, which is Flower and Still Life. I'll just combine them together because the flower is my still life, and I just didn't get the proportions quite right, but you know it's a flower. You can get away with things like that. Guess while this one dries, we will work on the flower. Let's pull the masking fluid off and see what we end up with here. It's just rolled up masking tape that I have here. This stuff is coming off really easily. Let's go ahead and tint some of our highlights, just the tiniest ever bit. So there is our Twilight Ocean. All right, let's pull the masking fluid off of this one. So So those are just a bunch of water droplets, and water droplets definitely take some time, energy, and effort to get right, but they are not hard. They're just detailed, I guess. Okay, there's a flower, still life. Now, in my opinion, my reference photo had way too many water droplets on it, so I think it kind of looks strange, but I should have probably taken a little more artistic license and gotten rid of a good portion of those. Pretty cool what you can do with just these 3 paints. Do you guys have these colors? What do you think of them? What do you use them for? I would really love to know in the comments below. It was really fun. I will see you guys in the next video, which is a really fun one, so make sure you're subscribed with all notifications on so you don't miss it. Bye-bye. What I'm actually going to do is probably just pull out my other Daniel Smith colors and add to... Wow, this is such a crappy palette. Okay. Life is good. Squishy paint hurts my brain. Okay, let's, hey, fall off of there, why don't you? Oh my god, I was off screen. I need to just zoom out and be like a normal person again here. Oh, I just lost my whole camera. So here's what we did with these 3 paints while I hold my camera with my hand and the whole stand and everything.